Ladies and gentlemen, the Durham probe is going to indict more people, according to Richard Grenell. So Rick Grenell, FBI wasn't duped by Hillary Clinton, Hillary-linked lawyer indicted by Durham. Grenell claims Russia investigation continued past 2016 because it helped Clinton. But he also says something very interesting. Michael Sussmann, whoever he is and whatever lie he told, we released his transcript. There is a treasure trove of information of people lying under oath in these. So the statute of limitations only pertained to a 2016 encounter. It didn't so when people talk about the statute of limitations and, oh, well, you know what? The Durham probe's not going to lead to anything. Hit subscribe to this channel because I am telling you this is a special counsel that is extremely important for a number of reasons. By the way, really quickly, please hit subscribe to H.A. Goodman's Stock Market Crash channel. I have a segment out just today, and you're going to love it. I'm going to have a segment out every single day from here on out. And it talks about, well, today, for example, we talked about jobless claims increasing. That was the other day. That increased higher than estimates. So every economic indicator that you look at, every single one you look at points to a market crash. That's why I named H.A. Goodman's other channel onto the Stock Market Crash channel. I talk about the economic indicators, and I'll talk about some good ones too, but the good ones are going to lead to the market increasing to a point where eventually people will, there's going to be a collapse, and it's going to be really bad with derivatives causing margin calls, hedge funds going under, possibly banks being bailed out, and I talk about that. But hit subscribe to this channel. We are almost at 184,000 subs. Hit subscribe to H.A. Goodman's Stock Market Crash channel. It's actually just called the Stock Market Crash channel. The latest segment is below. And be here tonight at about 6:30 p.m. Pacific for the live stream. We have amazing live streams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll put the quote from Rick Grenell, the interim Director of National Intelligence, actually, before John Ratcliffe. I'll put that quote. So Sussmann, whoever he is and whatever lie he told, we released his transcript. There's a treasure trove of information of people lying under oath in these. Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, all of them, Brennan, all of them, they all testified under oath in private sessions in Congress or public testimony after 2016, which means, ladies and gentlemen, that this special counsel can go on indefinitely. It's already long past the Mueller probe, which found nothing against Trump. So when people say, and I implore you, ladies and gentlemen, when people say, nothing's going to happen, it's like, well, what do you expect? Do you expect James Comey to be to have law enforcement and CNN in a morning raid, taking James Comey to prison? What do you expect? We don't even have a Republican Party that backs Rand Paul and Ron Johnson and Trump. We don't have a Republican Party that does that. The Republican Party is the Democratic Party light when it comes to Cheney and Kinzinger. And Kinzinger and Cheney voted alongside Trump 90% of the time, according to 538. And then they pretend that the whole thing is public relations. So what do you want? What do you expect Durham to do? Rome wasn't built in a day. He needs some media support, and he needs political support too. So we're getting these. This is the second attorney indicted. There's going to be more people. I'll put the quote below. Rick Grenell knows what he's talking about. He's awesome. Hopefully it continues. I don't know if it's going to continue till 2022, the Durham probe special counsel. I hope it does, but if it does, you better believe more people are going to be indicted. And it's not just a low-level indictment. Look, you have two attorneys, and they were talking about leveling more charges against Kevin Kleinsmith from what I read. So you have a FBI attorney, and then you have an attorney at a powerhouse Washington law firm linked to Bill and Hillary. Okay, do you think that these attorneys, 5 years ago, in their wildest dreams, thought that they would be indicted by a special counsel that was started under Trump's administration? Do you think that when they were spreading a false and fabricated Steele dossier where nothing was true, they literally, Trump's direct political rivals literally created and fabricated and conjured up nonsense, and the United States government believed it? The problem was that he lied about, allegedly, his intent he lied about the fact that he was working for the Clintons. Okay? That's allegedly what he lied about. And so, this is not like, of course, whenever there's an indictment that works against the establishment, you get like NBC News and be, this is shaky legal ground. It's like, well, actually, these people lied about issues that pertain to setting up and framing Trump with gossip literally purchased by his direct political rivals. There was never a reason to investigate Donald Trump, ever. To say that the intelligence community was worried is to ignore the fact that these people are not apolitical. These people gravitate and they side with one political party. This isn't rocket science. You'd have to be a complete imbecile and buffoon to think that Comey and Strzok and McCabe and Clapper and Brennan and all of them, and these attorneys, the second one indicted by Durham, didn't despise Trump. Democrats have convinced themselves that Brennan, he's apolitical. He didn't want to go after Trump, but he just had to for national security. We saw what national security was about. 13 Americans lost their lives because of Biden, because he did not evacuate in January or February or March or April to be out by May 1st, which is what the Doha Agreement demanded. It was Trump who reversed 20 years of failed policies from Bush to President Obama. And it was Biden who bungled and completely botched and ruined what Trump had negotiated. And it cost the lives of 13 American soldiers and 169 Afghans. All because Biden and bumbling Blinken, mashed potato brains, and his Secretary of State, bumbling Blinken, wanted to spite Trump. Because God forbid, they actually abided by an agreement. So they said, no, we're going to leave after May 1st. And so the adversaries there said, if you leave after May 1st, it's going to be chaos and mayhem. And Biden then used the T-ban, we'll just call them that, to actually vet people as a security force outside one airport after they abandoned Bagram. And so it's like you have a situation where they're completely and utterly inept. Completely and utterly inept. And instead of looking at the who created this political world we live in, when they say that America's divided or polarized, I don't care what Democrats do or who they vote for. I was a lifelong Democrat. I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. My writing went viral in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, other publications in 2015 and 2016. I thought he would be what Trump eventually was, reverse U.S. foreign policy, Doha Agreement, Abraham Accords, first president to step foot in North Korea, record low unemployment, wealth inequality was decreasing under Trump. Okay? So there's a direct line between Bernie Sanders and Trump, and I explained that also in The Federalist. You can read my writing on hagoodman.com. But they set up and framed this man, and the Democratic Party's a cult. Anyone that actually speaks truth about the Democrats, or any truth that is unveiled or revealed, is part of a Russian plot. I mean, you'd have to be in some kind of bizarre cult to believe all of this. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. There will be more indictments. Rick Grenell, I'll give you the quote below. Subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. The link is below to the latest segment. And also be here at around 6:30 p.m. tonight for the live stream.